Alright, sunshines, we are back. It's been a hot minute since I've been back from the gym. So we started off this video, and I started off today with a chest, bis, and tris workout at the gym. Ladies, please, and I mean please, lift upper body. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing to be ashamed of. When I first started my fitness and health journey, I was so nervous to lift upper body because I didn't want to be bulky. So I would not lift upper body, or I would only lift like 1 day a week of upper body. And I didn't like the way I looked still after only doing 1 day a week of upper body. Let me sit here and tell you, lifting weights does not make you bulky. As a female, we don't have what it takes in our body to become quote unquote bulky. One of the big reasons that men can sometimes look bulky is because they have that testosterone in their body. We just don't have ample amounts of that to be able to make us look bulky. Lifting weights doesn't make you bulky. When people sit here and tell you they want to look toned, that's what it means. Being toned means lifting weights. So if you want that toned appearance, and if you want to have a toned upper body, you have to lift weights. It's not going to happen otherwise. So I started off my workout today with a chest, bis, and tris workout. That is one of my 2 definite upper body days every single week, and often I do a full body day or a total upper body day at some point in the week to hit upper body for a 3rd time. I have absolutely fallen in love with upper body. It is a killer at first, especially when you never used to do it, because you literally are lifting and you're like,
this is the worst thing in the entire world. My body hurts, everything hurts. It hurts to move for the next 4 days.
But I promise you, if you just keep at it and stick with it, it eventually becomes so rewarding because you feel strong, you look strong. That toned look that you're going for, it'll eventually happen. You just have to get over that hump of that like pain first. Before I wrap up this video, I just quickly wanted to talk about some ways that I find it's easy to portion control. I know that that's a big problem that a lot of people have, because if you're anything like me,
I like to eat.
So portion control has always been one of the biggest things for me that I struggle with when it comes to eating. I am the type of person that if I bring a whole bag of chips and sit down on the couch and watch a show, or if I am mindlessly eating while I'm working or something like that, I could go through that entire bag in no time because I absolutely love to eat. So one of the biggest things I have done in terms of portion control in aspects of snacking is to portion out your snacks before you eat them. So for example, of that bag of chips, put those chips into a bowl, or put those chips even into a little baggie as if you were going to take them out on the go. And then when you walk into your living room and you're sitting there on the couch watching TV, or while you're working, once that bowl is done, you kind of know, okay, I'm done with that snack. Of course, if you're hungry, you can get up and get another bowl, but I find for me that I typically don't need more than that bowl or that bag of chips or pretzels or whatever the case may be. I just find that having something in its small container already helps me be like, I don't need any more than that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel satisfied with the snack that I've had thus far. So already portioning out your snack before you start eating it helps me to not overindulge, because I could sit there and eat that whole bag and then I'm like, I feel repulsive because I didn't need to eat that many chips, but I loved them and so I ate them at the time. But if you pre-portion them out, that doesn't seem to be a problem. Another thing that I know that I try to work on is to not eat in front of the TV as much. Eating in front of the TV, whether it's for a meal or whether it's for a snack, really leads to mindless eating because you're very focused on whatever you're watching or whatever you're doing, whether it's scrolling on your phone. You're not really thinking about what you're eating and enjoying your food enough to become satisfied from it. So one thing that I've been trying to do is remove myself away from the TV and really just sit at a table or even just sit at a chair away from the TV where I'm not looking at my phone, not looking at the TV, and really being able to enjoy my meal, and that way I can tell when I am satisfied. Another huge tip that I can give when it comes to portion control is to put it on a smaller plate. I know my family has nice big sized plates at my house, but that means when it becomes time to make a meal, I want to fill up my whole plate. I don't want this whole big plate to have a little baby meal on it, so I tend to put more food onto my plate. So by grabbing a smaller plate or by grabbing a smaller bowl, you actually end up portion controlling yourself a little bit more than you would if you were using a quote unquote normal size plate. Of course, again, if you're hungry after you finish up that smaller plate, feel free to get another serving of it. This kind of helps you to know, okay, this is how much I want to eat right now. There's no reason you can't get up and get second helpings of something if you're still hungry, but it just helps you be like, okay, I start off with this smaller plate, and then after you eat that small plate, you may be like, that was all I needed. Or in comparison, if you would have put it on a big plate, you would have ate the whole thing and then been like,
I feel gross.
So that's just another way that it's kind of easy to portion control yourself from home. When you go out to eat, it's a little bit more difficult because we all know restaurants put the most, they do the most to make sure you are overeating. So when you go out to a restaurant, one thing that you can do, and it feels awkward doing it at first, but I promise it makes a big difference, is to ask your waiter right away to split your meal half and half bring out to you and half set aside in a to-go box from the beginning. Will that seem strange at first? Yes, 110%. But if you're anything like me, if I got a fat plate of spaghetti in front of me at a restaurant, I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to eat the bread that they brought out to me, and I'm going to eat whatever else I feel like. Maybe the person next to me has a good meal, I'm going to eat that too. So by asking them from the jump to split your meal half and half, you not only have another well-portioned meal out for the next time, maybe for lunch or for dinner the following day, but you're not overindulging in that meal because you split it half and half. Eating half of a meal at a restaurant is still probably a good portion size meal because we all know they overdo it. Okay, and last little tip I'm going to give for this video comes in terms of counting your calories. If you're counting your calories and if overeating is something you tend to do, there's a couple different things you can do when it comes to counting your calories. First off, you can pre-enter in every single thing that you want to eat for that upcoming day into a calorie counter. I personally use MyFitnessPal. It's a free app that you can use. I think it is very, very user-friendly. You can scan barcodes and it'll pop right into the app for you. I think it's a very easy way to measure out the food that you're eating without about having a physical food scale if you don't have one at your house already. So one thing that you can do in that way is to pre-plan out and pre-enter in every single thing you want to eat for the day. If you know you're going to have grapes and strawberries for a snack, pop that bad boy into MyFitnessPal, so you have an idea of approximately how many calories you are going to eat every single day. Not only that, but it also gives you an idea like, oh, I know I am down a couple hundred calories for the day, which means at the end of the day, if I'm still hungry, I could get in some ice cream, or I could have a snack at the end of the day if I am still hungry for it, because I haven't gone over the amount of calories I want to eat, if you are seriously controlling the amount of calories. Another thing that you could do if you don't want to pre-track ahead, and because you have no idea, that requires a lot of planning to pre-track ahead. If you don't know what you want to eat for that day, another thing you can do is just track throughout the course of the day. So as you eat something, you scan it, or you weigh it, or you measure it, or whatever works for you best. You can pop it into MyFitnessPal or whatever calorie tracker you personally use, and by the end of the day, you will have a good idea of how much you ate per day. Let's say you really overate at lunch, it'll give you a better idea, so next time you feel more ready and you know how much was overeating that time before. Once you track calories for long enough, it becomes very second nature. You know how much a gram looks like. You know how much an ounce looks like. It doesn't become so foreign to you anymore. So if overeating, if counting calories is something that is seriously important for you, I would definitely recommend counting it for a time period. Some people track calories and they never have any intention of stopping in their entire life, and that is what works for them, and that is totally fine. Personally, I tracked calories. I liked it in the time period that I was doing it. I don't feel like it's necessary anymore. Will I go back to it? Maybe, I don't know, but it's not something I feel necessary at this point in my fitness journey. But it did make me very aware of portion sizing and different serving sizes for each different thing that you're putting into your body. So something that I can recommend if you have absolutely no idea how much you're putting into your body, which a lot of people don't, that is a great place to start, is to track your calories through an app like MyFitnessPal to give you a better idea of how much you're putting into your body each day, so you know where you're overeating and where you're undereating, so that way you can have a really healthy, natural, balanced lifestyle. Boom. Health chats with Marissa, not to be confused with hashtag Spanish chats with Marissa. I just wanted to quickly talk about that. I know that portion control is something that we all struggle with. I know that nutrition for a lot of people, including myself, is one of the hardest parts about leading a healthy lifestyle. So I think going over speedy, quick, fast tips can really make a big difference for people as they start or as they continue their fitness and health journey. So with that being said, we're going to wrap up the video here. You got a bombdiggity.com chest, buys, and tries workout. And that was all for free. So at least pop a like and subscribe to your girl. Did you do it? Thank you so much. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video that I post, and hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I put up a video. If you haven't, make sure that you check me out on my Instagram so you can see all the other fitness, health, and lifestyle content that I post on there, and I'll catch you guys here next time.